Hey guys, welcome back to Bick's Pops, and today we're going to be going through another one of my collections that I've created, and it's for a new anime that's come out recently. Many of you have probably heard of it, and it's one of the ones that is actually creeping up on my list of favorite animes, even though it's only got the one season out at the moment. A lot of hype is building around for the second season that's coming out this year, and that's of course JJK Jujutsu Kaisen. So without further ado, I guess we'll get right into my Jujutsu Kaisen pops that I have. And I got a couple of nice ones. It's just a collection I'm starting to build. I'll eventually want to get that WonderCon Gojo that you guys saw in the last video. But yeah, he's obviously not here today because that's only just been leaks. But yeah, I guess we'll get into it. So the first one is a villain in the show. His power is basically transfiguration and changing people by touching them and whatnot. So I guess if you've seen the show, you know who it is, but otherwise he's a curse that's also in a body. He's a very, very rare being and also very strong. That's of course Mahito special edition with the like knives, the silver arms. So like, yeah, I'll get him out of box and put it over the screen now so you can have a look. But Mahito is a really nice pop. I love the arm detail on this one. He's actually the special edition because compared to the normal one without the sticker, he doesn't have the big claws, knives coming out of his arms. But yeah, Mahito's a really cool pop. Interesting character in the show. It's interesting detail how you can see the two different colored eyes. I like that because his pupils are different colors in the show as well. But yeah, he's someone that's made a little splash and has developed very quickly in his power level. And yeah, he's definitely someone to look out for in the future seasons, as he could be a big time player to come. After him, we're going to get into someone that also has a lot of potential, and right at the end of season 1, I won't get into it, unlocks something that, you know, is very helpful to sorcerers, and it's something that you need to reach a certain level of curse usage to be able to attain, and that's Megami Fushiguro with Demon Dog. It would have been amazing if you had the white dog as well, but obviously that one was gone in the first few episodes. But Megami is really, really cool. Fushiguro is usually what they call him, just because of the culture. But yeah, no, he's super cool. I love the little dog. I'll get him out. I love the hair spikes. It's such a cool looking pop. I'll have to try eventually probably get my hands on the Barnes & Noble exclusive one, the one with toads. I wasn't crazily hunting the toad one because I figured if I get the dog one, I've got him with one of his, curses that he's using. So, I love this pop. It looks amazing. And yeah, that leads us into another pop that is from essentially the group, that the main trio of the first years, I guess is what you could call them. And that is obviously Nobara Kugisaki with the Funko Shop exclusive. She's actually got a curse technique being used on her right now, and this is a scene from one of the last episodes in the whole show as well. And it's actually a really cool battle with Itadori and Nobara, and they verse some pretty high level curses that are also special in their own way as well. But I won't get too much into it. She's an amazing pop. I love the detail. I'll get her up as well. I don't usually like opening pop boxes, but especially ones with a lot of detail. If I'm going to show you guys, I'll have to pull them out and be very careful. But yeah, I don't usually take my pops out of boxes or anything, but yeah, I sort of have to with some of these because of the level of detail that's on them. But Nobara is, she's a very interesting chick, and definitely a powerful character with her straw doll technique. And, she is very interesting, is a strong, empowered woman, and I really like that about her. And yeah, she's a very, very strong character. I enjoy her. And I guess that leads us to the third of the trio. We had Megami, we had Nobara, and of course, the third of the trio, probably everyone's favorite, Yuji Itadori, Black Flash. Now, obviously it doesn't say Black Flash, but that's the move that he's doing. Itadori is a really, really cool pop. He's also a really cool character as well, and I enjoy that he's he's a freak of nature, man. He's an Olympian in every aspect. He's super fast, super strong. I don't know, he's just born this way. And obviously when he starts to learn curse usage, because he's brand new to it, all these people have understood it before, but he's brand new to it. And yeah, he just has to pick up the ropes as he goes, and he picks it up fairly well, and he's very strong. And this Black Flash is actually a technique that he learns in the exchange event where he's actually training with Todo, another one of my favorite characters in the show, and one I can't wait to get a pop for. But when he's training and fighting with Toto. Essentially, Toto's trying to help him reach this next level of sorcerer, and that's being able to conjure a Black Flash. So that's where you use 2.5 times hit strength in a punch. So, you know, I punch you, that's my normal 100%, but no, now it's supercharged 250%. So you think it's going to be a normal, but right at the last second, it's a massive double and a half, you know. So it's a really, really cool move. I obviously have to get him out of box so you can see the awesome lightning going on. But yeah, I really enjoy this pop as well. Itadori with Black Flash. You can't really see the Black Flash in the box that well. That's why I'm going to have to take him out, unfortunately. But, you know, that's what it is. That's what I got to do for you guys, and that's fine. So that's Black Flash Itadori. The next one is one that released in the middle of last year. It was actually the first Jujutsu Kaisen pop that came out in, you know, the whole entire line. It was not the first one announced, funnily enough, but the first one that was actually released, and that is SDCC Slaughter Demon Yuji Itadori. So this is from one of the first episodes where obviously he doesn't know anything about curse usage or anything, and Gojo actually lends him Slaughter Demon, the sword knife that's in his hands, and it's really funny what happens, but I won't get into it. But it's actually not Gojo's to give, and that little joke part is explored later in the show. But no, it's really cool. It was the first one. It's just a nice, clean pop, nice knife. I don't think it really needs to be taken out, honestly. But he's just standing in his pose with the Slaughter Demon. It's not one of my favorites, but it's one I thought I must have for my collection because it's obviously got the SDCC sticker. And yeah, I really like this pop and the show and just the Wave 1 and just in the collecting aspect of things. This show could be really, really good in the future, and getting in on Wave 1 is definitely a good thing to do. So that's Yuji Itadori SDCC. Now we get into the NYCC Yuji Itadori, where he's literally, you know, basically just went shopping with Megumi and Nobara, and yeah, has ice cream, and he's got his glasses on, and you know, it's the fun pop. It's nothing serious, not to be taken seriously. Sort of the same way Yuji Itadori is. You're not really supposed. He's not a serious person. Like when it comes to people's life and death, he gets serious, but he's always up for a joke, eating popcorn, eating ice cream, watching movies. He's a really cool guy, and this is a really cool pop as well. So I'm really happy with the little Itadori collection that I got going on so far, and that'll lead us into the next one, which is going to be Sukuna. This is the common here. I'll get him up and show him in a good video for you guys over the top. But yeah, obviously the difference between him and Itadori straight off the bat you can see is the tattoos all over his face and that. Obviously the Itadoris have shirts on so you can't see, but he doesn't have those normal tattoos on. The main distinguisher between being able to tell between Itadori and Sukuna is the tattoos. And obviously he has another eye and mouth and different things that come out of him. But the tattoos is where you go, okay, now Sukuna has possessed his body and now is in control. So that's the Sukuna common. He's really cool. We'll now get into my favorite character, probably. A lot of people's probably, and honestly, probably the strongest character. Like we obviously haven't seen the higher end of the curse usage in Jujutsu Kaisen. We've only seen little glimpses here and there of what real power is, but we haven't seen real two Goliaths go head to head and using different techniques to you know, essentially either exercise or kill, depending on what side you're on. So one of the strongest, one of my most favorite, Satoru Gojo, red technique. So that's what the red tech is. The red stuff, it's his red technique. It's one of his curses techniques that he uses, and yeah, it's really strong. He uses it against the volcano curse. His name eludes me off the top of my head, but he you know, it's very, very strong move, and it's honestly, what's crazy is you see how powerful it is in the show and how powerful Gojo is, and Gojo honestly is off rip. You just already know he's basically the best, so everything is always going to be compared to Gojo. He's essentially the bar to be set for where you want to be as a sorcerer, because he is extremely powerful. And one of the things I love about Gojo as well is his attitude and how silly he is. He is even more silly than Itadori. He really doesn't care. He is all about just trying to train people to be better sorcerers, and that in whatever way he sees fit. So that's what I love about him. He's amazing and just so overpowered, but such a goofball at the same time. Similar to Goku, but he doesn't like waste time. He will just go straight out and go, okay, boom, I will defeat you. And that's one thing I love about Gojo. Now, the next one we've already seen, but one you haven't seen is the Chalice Collectibles sticker. Satoru Gojo Holo Purple. Now, what happens in the show to get this Holo Purple? What's Red Technique? What's Holo Purple? So Red Technique is just one side of curse usage. There's also a Blue Technique that draws from other aspects of curse using. And when he mixes those together, that's actually what forms the charge of the Holo Purple. And obviously this, watching what a Red Technique is and watching how devastating that is, we haven't seen a Blue Technique, but just mixing that with anything and then seeing what the Holo Purple does, it is just a little eye-opening. You're just like, holy crap, we don't know what we're dealing with here. And yeah, this is pretty crazy. So that's what I love about Gojo. The blue eyes, man. He always wears the blindfold, as you saw in this one. I guess his senses are so good and his eyes are so sensitive. I'm not sure if there's a curse technique use related. I'd have to read the manga to get further info on that. But yeah, Gojo is basically the strongest character. We haven't seen Sukuna with all 20 of his fingers because he has 4 arms. We haven't seen him fully formed in his power level, but essentially the strongest is Gojo. And I guess that's a good segue talking about Sukuna into getting out the Ryomen Sukuna Chase. Limited glow-in-the-dark chase. Here you go. How beautiful is he? So I'll get him out and show you on the spindle too. I'll glow him up so you guys can have a look. But yeah, Sukuna, as I just said, this is a very, very crazy scene. He's actually holding a heart, and if you look a little closer, you can see on his body, the heart has actually been ripped out of his body. And you're wondering, what's going on here? So Sukuna is holding Itadori hostage because he's a curse and can heal himself. He can live without a heart. But if he gives his body back over to Itadori, he doesn't have a heart. So he can't live because he's human. So that's a very, very interesting scene. I very much recommend you guys watch the anime so you can understand what I'm talking about. I don't want to get too much into it, but I really love the blue glows of the tattoo. It's a little bit of a shame that they just missed on, they could have made the heart glow red, or maybe even the cut too. If they just had a little bit of red glow paint on there, maybe for some people that like doing customs, it would just make all the difference in my opinion to the glow. But the really, really cool glow tattoos is what I like about this pop. I'm sure what a lot of other people like as well. But that's Rome and Sukuna, and yeah guys, that's my Jujutsu Kaisen collection. I really, really love my Gojo and my Sukuna. They're my favorites. Probably, yeah, the Itadori cons are nice for potential. But yeah, these two right now, I really, really love my Gojo. As soon as I got the Chalice Collectibles one, I took my SE out of box just because it's so beautiful. And you guys have seen it. I've put it on a video, the last video when we were talking about the new one, trying to talk about the differences. But yeah, otherwise, guys, thanks for tuning in to another one of Bick's Pops. And I just want to say, I'm just going to keep doing some different things. I like some of the feedback I've gotten so far from some people. I really appreciate the feedback. If there's anything you want to see, if you have any questions, if you like a particular line, or you want to know what if I have that line, like, just let me know. I've got a couple other of my little collection videos similar to this one coming up as well. And yeah, I just want to thank you again for watching, and I'll see you at the next one.